Hi, this is Team FHIR Power, and we're going to present the Team Progress Report. I'm Yaima Valdivia, and together with my colleague Mohammed Mukhtar, we'll walk you through our story. Moving on into our agenda, we have distributed this deliverable in 5 items: updated project plan, detailed project report, outstanding elements, additional research, and a sneak peek from the dashboard. Going into our project plan, as you can see, we've come a long way on our project. Patient like me is in a really good shape. For this deliverable, we had 3 autonomous streams working in parallel: data access layer, similarity layer, and presentation layer. Now, Mohammed Mukhtar will present our detailed status report.
Thanks, Yaima. Happy to be here. We have broken down the categories of this project into 5 elements: data access layer, similarity layer, presentation, deployment, and overall status. When it comes to data access layer, we are in a pretty good shape with 93% completion. We have a direct access to it. We will be able to have a direct access to the database, to the FHIR server, and we have one unified, extensible design that is dataset agnostic. It is totally isolated from the other layers, and we have the ability to lazy or eager load patients with their IDs. As for the similarity layer, we didn't stick to only the Jackal algorithm, but we have implemented locality-sensitive hashing algorithm as a preliminary algorithm to use. We must hook up this matching algorithm with the presentation layer through web service, and we have a plan to separate indices for patients' observations and conditions. We're in a green path with 80% completion. For the presentation layer, we were successfully able to incorporate the dashboard into the Spring Boot project. We have added assets into the presentation layer, and we concluded the research altogether. Next, we are integrating the presentation layer with the similarity layer. Moving on, for the deployment department, we are 100% complete. We have a boilerplate or an initial application, Hello World application, deployed successfully using Jenkins and Rancher. We have deployed our Docker into HDAP platform, and we have no outstanding work item as of now. Lastly, as a bird's view for the overall application or project status, we are really looking good with 80% completion. We foresee no alarming high risks or blockers or possible delays, except for the items mentioned in the outstanding elements. We are expected to meet the service level agreement accordingly. As for the outstanding elements, we have 3 items. As when it comes to data access layer, we have one blocking issue while processing the FHIR data sets, particularly the conditions of the patients. We're getting this error and we need our mentor support. Of course, we need more thorough testing for this layer. For the similarity layer, we need to tighten the alignment between it and the data access layer, and we need to expose this layer to the presentation layer through web service. For the presentation layer, we need to integrate it with the similarity layer, and we need to render the output or the result into the target graphs and also reevaluate the search functionality. At this point, I will hand it over to Yaima to walk you through to the rest of the slides.
Thanks, Mukhtar. When it comes to the data access layer, research is an ongoing exercise that will be happening throughout our project because of the nature of the different data models used. As for the similarity layer, we will consider a different alternatives called cosine distance as opposed to the Jackal similarity to make sure we go with the best option live. As for the presentation layer, we need to incorporate a Canvas HTML in the search functionality and explore other graphs and tables available. What's coming next is a sneak peek of Patient Like Me presentation layer. Please do not take it as a final look and feel, since we're still experimenting on the theme. On the left-hand side, you can see the doctor's view on the research functionality with some queries results in the graph. On the right-hand side, you can see the reporting page for the historical activities. Going into the next slide, we can appreciate a different view on the client side. It could be either web or mobile. And with this, we conclude our presentation. Thank you for the support, and till the next time.